Hey y'all, welcome back to the Pendry home. Today we are going to clean and declutter after Christmas and get all of this decor out of here. I'm starting in the living room by cleaning out the shelves and the fireplace and just getting everything nice and clean and ready to decorate for winter. All of the greenery that I used this year in our home was actually from our backyard, so it made a huge mess when coming down. And I just piled it up in the floor and just let it create a mess, and then took it out later and then vacuumed up everything. So I just wanted to come on here and say once again, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. We had a great time spending with my family. My hometown is actually 45 minutes away from where I currently live. So we went and spent time with my parents and my brothers, and we just had a really great time. With our new Christmas tradition, since this was mine and my husband's first year being married, it was quite different, but he did surprise me with a really beautiful snowflake necklace that will always be very sentimental to me since it was our first Christmas together in our home. And then we also went and spent some time with his family later that evening. It was just really great. So I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and I can't wait for next year and hopefully for things to be normal. The cleaner that I'm using is actually a homemade cleaner, and y'all, it's so easy to make. All it is vinegar, water, and an essential oil of your choice. I've been using peppermint oil, and it just makes the home smell so good. But I will be switching here soon, just because we are phasing out of the Christmas months and everything, and I like the clean smell. But the peppermint does make your home smell very clean. It's a great all-purpose cleaner. I use it literally everywhere in the home. I use it just to wipe down all my appliances, to wipe down all my shelves. I use it in the bathrooms. I use it in our bedroom, and I even add essential oils to my mop water. And again, it just makes the home smell so good. You really can't beat it, and it's good for you. So I won't be decorating our home today. In fact, I'm actually just leaving it very plain. The walls and everything, all the shelves have nothing on them. There's a few items. I am leaving out some decor, like these snowflakes on the wall currently, but that's about all, because I really just want this clean space so that way I can brainstorm and get my winter decor all figured out, and that will be in our next video. So y'all join me back here for the next video where I'm going to be decorating the house for winter, but it's just going to be a very clean look, because during Christmas there's so much going on, just with like every theme that you go with and everything. There's just so much decor, and it's nice to just have a nice break from decor and just make it really clean and fresh for your home. try to vacuum my couches out once a week, but y'all, sometimes it does not happen. But when I do deep clean and declutter, I always vacuum out the couches just because there's glitter usually everywhere. I have all those pine needles from all of the garland that I used this year from outdoors, and it was just so messy and so crazy. So I always love to give a deep vacuum to the house. Now I'm moving on to the coffee bar, and it's kind of sad to see this go because this was one of my favorite spots. It was my hot cocoa bar with Santa and gingerbread theme, and I absolutely loved it because it just reminded me of like a Mrs. Claus theme. But I'll definitely get something next year as well, something similar to this but a little different. But it was also really nice just to clean this area up and make it really fresh and clean and wipe everything down. Now I'm just undecorating this little tree. I did use this tree the current year for like a seasonal tree, but I don't know if I'm going to do that this year. I really enjoyed it, but sometimes it can just get in the way. So I don't know. Leave down in the comments below what y'all think. If I should still keep it as a seasonal tree and decorate it, or just put it up and get it back out during Christmas, because I'm not really sure. But for now, I did put it away, and it was just nice to get it nice and out of the way, honestly, because the house was there was just so much going on during the Christmas season, so it was nice to put it up for a little bit. Now I'm just moving to our side door, and I put all of the Christmas cards that we received from church family, just from family members, from friends. I taped them all to our door, just that way we could look at them, and they were all so beautiful, and we appreciate every single person who sent us a card. It's nice to send cards during this time of year anyway. It just really brightens people's day. I'm also taking down the signs and this garland that my mom made for us, and some snowflakes off of this wreath. Now I'm just moving to my dining room, which this is where my Christmas tree is. I actually had 2 Christmas trees in here, which you'll see here in a little bit. But this was actually on my dining room table, and then when I had guests over for dinner, it was so in the way of everybody's food and everything. So I moved it over here onto this little box, which is actually where we store our blankets, and you'll see I'm just getting it vacuumed up and cleaned off, and then I'm going to store my blankets and my Christmas pillows in here, and we call it our blanket box. It came from my husband's old farmhouse that his family has. They have a farm, and we got it out of there actually, and I actually really like it just for storage purposes. It's really cute, and it's definitely my style. It's definitely farmhouse. So here is that first tree I was telling y'all about. This is my little white tree. I actually have had this tree probably since I was 15 years old. I used to decorate it in my bedroom back home, and I used to put pink ornaments on it, and then I did red ornaments. I did absolutely everything. I absolutely love it. It's just a really nice piece, and I decided to put it in here this year, but next year I have different plans for it. And I kind of just did a woodsy theme on it this year. I thought it was really cute next to our bench, and I'm just taking everything off, and then I'm gonna wrap up all the ribbon that I take off as well. Now I'm getting the tree ready to go back in its box. I always just I don't know how to describe what I'm doing. I just take all the branches and pull them upwards and to store it, and it just makes it so much easier with this tree in particular. Now my big tree, it does not work that well, but with this one it's just super easy just to kind of swoop it all up and then throw it in the box, and it's good to go until next year. Now I'm moving to my Hutch cabinet, which was just also such a fun piece to decorate this year. I love decorating my Hutch cabinet. One of the things when we first moved into our house, I wanted a Hutch cabinet, and I found this one at a consignment store for $25. And y'all better believe I jumped on that deal and bought this up. And then me and my mom just cleaned it up really, really good, and I absolutely love decorating it, and I think it turned out so beautiful for Christmas as well. I used that real greenery on it again, and it made such a mess, so I'm just vacuuming all my shelves off because it was so bad with all the little pine needles. And now I'm moving to my big tree, and y'all, this was my pride and joy this year. I absolutely loved decorating this tree. I bought it the year before we got married on clearance for $50, and this is a $350 tree. And it's a really great time just to buy anything Christmas after Christmas. You can get so much and then save it for the next year, and you will not regret it. But I'm just starting by taking off my ornaments, and then I'm going to take out any picks, and then I'm going to roll up the deco mesh and the ribbon that I used on it this year. But I do have some new ideas for it next year, but you'll have to wait a whole year to see what I do with it next year. But I think it turned out absolutely beautiful for our first Christmas tree in our home together this year. Now I'm just going through all my ornaments just to ensure that they nicely fit in each storage container that I'm putting them in, so that way they store nicely when I go to put them away. And now it's time to take this big old thing down. And y'all, I love a good flock tree, but it is so messy. My sweatshirt got flocking all over it. I had to vacuum myself off, which you will see a clip of it here in a little bit, and it's so funny. But it does make such a mess. They are gorgeous, but they do make such a mess. As you see, I just took my slippers off. Y'all, I do recommend flock trees, but maybe not with this kind of flocking that I have. I don't know. It's so messy. So I actually just store this tree in these big black leaf bags, and then I have a huge box down in the basement that I put it all in, and it stores really good in this, and it keeps down on the mess as well. So I don't know, what do y'all store your Christmas trees in? I thought about getting one of those Christmas tree bags, but I don't know, y'all. I have no idea. This has been working so good, and it's super cheap, and you know, trash bags over having to probably spend $100 for a tree bag. I think I'll stick to this for right now. Now I'm just vacuuming again, all this flocking up. I had to vacuum the dining room so many times just to get everything, and myself, of course. So now I'm just organizing the Hutch cabinet and storing any Christmas containers, canisters, trays, anything that I was using for decoration, and I'm just getting this all organized and ready to go. Now I'm moving to my dining room table, and I'm going to take all the plates and everything from the Hutch cabinet and take them to the kitchen because I will wash those up later, and just cleaning everything off and getting it all nice and clean and ready to decorate for the winter season. I also took a link out while the Christmas tree was in here just to make more room for the Christmas trees. So I'm going to go ahead and put that extra link back in because our table does sit 8, but I made it to sit 6 during Christmas. Now I'm just going to vacuum really good underneath the table while all the chairs are pulled out and make sure that all the glitter and the flocking is vacuumed up. So my kitchen was a mess after piling everything in there, and I have those dishes to wash from the china cabinet, and I have a few to wash from just supper and everything the night before. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this place cleaned and squared away and get the little bit of Christmas decor that I have in here put up as well. And yes, that is sparkling grape juice. We do not drink alcohol in this household, but we are going to celebrate New Year's Eve, and I think my sister-in-law may come over as well, and we are going to have a fun night of watching movies and celebrating the new year. So this was one of our Christmas presents, actually from our brother. He got us a NutriBullet, and I haven't used it yet. I'm pretty excited to use it, but I'll use it eventually. I didn't want to get it out and break it in quite just yet, since we did just get a blender as well. So now I'm just going to quickly wash up those dishes and all those stubborn little spots. So who else only has a sink to wash your dishes in and you do not have a dishwasher? Because I have no room in my kitchen for a dishwasher. One day I told my husband that in our next house I will have a dishwasher, definitely for when we have children, but for right now this is okay since it is just the two of us. And as we are nearing this home stretch in our Clean With Me, what is some of y'all's New Year's resolutions? Because, I haven't even really sat down and thought about my New Year resolution for 2021 other than to just go back to normal. I'm just so ready for the society and everybody just to go back to normal. I work at a hospital, and, I miss the normality of a hospital that we just don't see anymore. Like, what is life without wearing goggles and a face mask and these gowns and everything that we have to wear? I don't even know anymore, but I just want things to go back to normal and for, just God to bless us in our lives and everything that we do. So now I'm just using some baking soda and some peppermint oil to clean my sink. And if you have never used baking soda and an essential oil to clean your sink, then you are so missing out. It's a great antibacterial, and it just makes your sink so nice and shiny clean. So now I'm just going to vacuum up the floor and the kitchen will be clean. So that is it, you guys. I'm so happy that you joined me here today at the Pendry home for cleaning and decluttering after Christmas. I'm so happy that my house is so clean now. And yes, it is still bare, but again, in our next video, we will be decorating for winter time, and I cannot wait to add in some nice winter elements in this home. Again, if you like this video, then let me know down below. Don't forget to give it a like, and also comment any future video recommendations that you may want to see in the near future. I'm down for almost anything that's home related. I just love being a housewife and doing anything with cleaning, cooking, and decorating. If you're new here, then thanks for joining me today, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more content. Bye, y'all.